Ditka. Clock still running with 30 seconds on the clock. Nobody has left. I mean, the place is still absolutely full.
Well, they've been waiting too long for this to leave. I mean, you don't wait all those years, all this time, and then finally get it and then leave early. They're going to stay. I bet you the players won't even want to leave the field.
That's going to be it. Producer Terry O'Neill, senior producer Charles H. Milton III, who has become somewhat of an executive this week. Directed by Sandy Grossman. Another good job as always. The rest of our crew, associate producer Joan Petrano, and everybody else. We had a tremendous crew all year long. And they've really made it a joy for us, John.
We did. This is our last one.
Right? We will be up at the Bear base in Lake Forest in Hallis Hall next week for the All-Madden team. The Bears get back from Champaign-Urbana, and before they go to New Orleans. That'll be at 4:30. Sports Sunday, 4:30 Eastern Time. 24-0, the Bears. Now let's go to Brent Busberger.
And finally, a Super Bowl for the Chicago Bears. Walter Payton hugging Virginia and Ed McCaskey, and now linebacker Otis Wilson inside the Bear locker room with the owners of the Chicago Bears. She, of course, is a lovely daughter of the late George Halas, the founder, who was the coach of this team the last time they won a championship. And the fridge, number 72, William Perry. A team of destiny, according to Bud Grant, before this game started. And the former Minnesota Viking coach knew something there, because today they became the first playoff team in history to record back-to-back shutouts. First it was the Giants, and now it's the Rams. And our post-game act, a long-time suffering Chicagoan, but Bud Grant, you called it right. You said the Bears were a team of destiny, and they sure played like it today.
Well, they're on the crest, and they don't believe they can lose, and I don't think they believe they're going to lose down in New Orleans either. This is a team not unlike San Francisco last year. Everything going well for them.
Tony Dorsett, how did you view the game as it unfolded?
Well, I found it to be a very interesting football game. I thought the Rams would put some points on the scoreboard, but Brett, I'd like to say congratulations to Mike Ditka and the Chicago Bears, and of course the class act of the National Football League, Walter Payton, for going to a Super Bowl.
All right, and Jimmy, we'll forgive you for picking the Los Angeles Rams.
McMahon over that, what was that quarterback's name from Canada?
Dieter Brock. He did not have the best of afternoons.
We said that was the biggest category, and it sure proved out to be it.
Well, Bud, let's take a look at some of the highlights. In the first half, there was only one touchdown in the game, and it was scored by Jim McMahon.
Well, here's, I think, shows the mobility of the quarterback, and I think this was supposed to be actually a little clip forward, but he saw the opening and followed the blockers in.
Now, Dieter Brock appeared to have something going here. Michael Young coming downfield, and Bud, was that pass interference?
Well, from our standpoint, it was. Obviously not from the vantage point on the field.
Now, here is Brock dropping back and hitting Eric Dickerson. But time ran out in the first half, and the Rams squandered a scoring opportunity with Coach John Robinson looking on. Now, Buddy Ryan predicted 3 fumbles. He was very close. Dickerson put it on the carpet twice in the game. How about the 4th down call, Bud, by Mike Ditka?
I think this was an excellent call, and they rolled out, got the first down, and then came right back with the same thing going the other way, and as John Madden said, we're in the post corner for the touchdown.
And it was Willie Gault who received that pass from McMahon, and the Bears were in complete command. And then Tony Dorsett, this is an example of how good this defense can play.
Like I said, Brent, they put a lot of immediate pressure on you. They do a lot of stunts with the people up front, the linebackers blitzing, and it paid off for them. They played a very fine game today defensively.
And Marshall takes it on into the end zone, and it's 24-0. And it seems so appropriate here in Chicago to have the snowflakes falling at the end of this particular game. Bud, this is the kind of game you always like to coach. You should have felt right at home. No dome here or anything.
This was great, and we're excited. And again, congratulations to Chicago. They've done a great job. Ditka has too. And it's only appropriate that it was snowing, and Marshall scored the final touchdown a la the Chicago Bears.
All right, Bud, let's go inside the locker room, and here's Irv Cross. Irv?
Well, Brent, we're getting ready for the trophy presentation. Of course, the winner of the National Football Conference receives a George S. Hallis trophy, and of course we have the owners of the Bears, Mr. and Mrs. McCaskey here.
Are we on?
We're on. We're on to make the presentation.
Forgive me, I'm punchy. As I understand it, this is the George Hallis Trophy. Virginia's here to present it to the owners. Virginia?
No, to the president. How heavy is that, Mark?
You have it?
First of all, I want to thank all the coaches, the Chicago Bear coaches, and the Chicago Bear players. I'd hate to think that I had to do this over in the other side of the locker room area. I'd also like to thank the Chicago Bear fans here in Soldier Field and in Chicago and everywhere for all the love and support that they've shown to us during this year and especially today. This trophy was established by the National League owners in March of 1984. And last year, the 49ers won it, but there wasn't a ceremony like this. The trophy wasn't ready for presentation. So this year, we have it right here in Chicago.
Well, Mrs. McCaskey, of course, Virginia McCaskey, George Hallis' daughter. Congratulations to you, but you're going to make your presentation, of course, to the president of the Chicago Bears.
Yes, I am. I just want to mention first that a lot of people have said to me this week, or this year, isn't it too bad your dad wasn't here to see this? Well, I think he's been with us the whole season, and I think he's here with us now, and he'll be with us always. And it's a special honor and privilege for me to present this trophy to Ed McCaskey, the chairman of the board, to Michael McCaskey, president of the Bears, and to our coach of the year and every year, Mike Ditka.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Mike, I'm gonna go ahead and move over to your coach, Mike Ditka, who made a lot of critical decisions. Of course, for all, congratulations to you, Mike, and the Chicago Bears for, it's an outstanding season and a great victory today.
Well, we did it this way all year as a team, and boy, I tell you, we played hard, and I got to give the Rams all the credit in the world. What a good football team, and what a great, well-coached team John did. We had our work cut out. We made some breaks early and held up.
Well, one break you made for yourself was a crucial play on 4th and 6. You went for it when everybody, I want to know what your thinking was on it. You made the first down and eventually score. Here's the play right here, 4th and 6, and then we ended up with a touchdown pass to Willie Gault. But
well, the only reason we went for that, Irv, is because I knew that a lot of people would question it. So we just decided to go for it.
Oh, well, it's easy to say that now that you won it, but what did you go through your mind at the time?
We wouldn't have gained anything punting the football, really. To punt the ball inside the 10-yard line would have been really a fluke, so we just figured that whether start them on the 20 or start them on the 35, that's all it was. So it was 15 yards gain, so we figured we'd go ahead and try to make it.
All right, Mike, congratulations.
Just believed in themselves, and they said, it's no way that we're going to be defied of getting to the Super Bowl this year. Because of the loss to San Francisco last year, everybody dedicated themselves to go farther than the championship championship game, and this was it.
If there is a key to this football team, what is it? I mean, you have a bunch of characters here, but you seem to play darn good football.
I tell you, the key is that everybody on this team, I said earlier, they could be cast for the one who flew the cuckoo's nest and get the part, because all of them are, you know, we got a bunch of crazies here, but yet and still, they all blend together and they have one common denominator, and that's to win.
Well, one of the things you've done year after year is come up with key plays, and there's a pass reception you made early in the ball game for a 19-yard gain, which kind of kept your offense going, and you got a drive going when you really needed it. We'll get it up here in a second as soon as we get the videotape going. But, again, the Ram defense, we don't have the play, but the Ram defense seemed to really put a lot of pressure on you, Walter. I mean, you have a lot of respect for them.
They're coming up. What they're doing, they play the defense where they bend and bend and they don't break. Same way that Miami and Detroit plays. What we did, we took advantage of it because they were using the deep drops in the zones, and we were hitting the backs underneath, picking up 4 and 5 yards at a pop. That keeps the sticks moving, you keep the first downs moving, you keep the drive moving.
Everybody coming into this ball game made a big deal out of the weather, you know, because you guys play in this weather all the time. Was the weather a factor or not?
Not at all, and I don't think this team would have wanted it to be a factor, because we feel that anybody that we play, regardless of what the conditions are, we're able to beat them, and we were glad that the weather was fine, so they couldn't use that as an excuse.
Walter, congratulations. One more big one.
New Orleans.
All right, Brent.
All right, Irv, thank you very much. And we'll continue live with our post-game show from Soldier Field right after this message from Miller Lite.
On June 8, 1984, a tornado struck Barneveld, Wisconsin. About the only thing left standing was the water tower.
After the tornado, people said this is the end of a small town. Barneveld said not this small town.
Around here, folks will always hitch right in when something gets out of hand.
Just felt we can make it, we can rebuild, we can come back, and we have.
A place where people have a sense of pride, and that's what keeps them right here. Where you count on your own, you call it your home, and Miller's the beer. Miller's made the American way, born and brewed in the USA, just as proud as the people who are drinking it today.
Miller contains no additives or preservatives. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Some towns are held together with nails and wood, but this town's held together with a lot of pride and a lot of family.
Miller's made the American way.
Some people have always known where they were going. They take on more than anyone else. Then they take it farther and faster. Some days where they're going is all they can think about. But where they're going is home. Cavalier, dependable for people who know where they're going.
And now get 7.9% financing on used Chevy Cavaliers.
This year, Federal Express is going to Europe. And to help celebrate, we've invited everyone who's ever been in a Federal Express commercial.
Our customers, I am to public speaking. I would just like to say this certainly is a momentous occasion. I am certainly moved by it all. And this will particularly...
We're going to make sending a package to Europe as easy and reliable as it is here, with 2-day service in our own planes to London, Paris, Frankfurt, Zurich, Amsterdam, and Brussels. Federal Express to Europe. Why fool around with anyone else?
Well, the Bears are going to the Super Bowl, and that means middle linebacker Mike Singletary. He's with Irv. Let's go to them now.
Of course, Mike, you guys have done something no one has ever done in National Football League history. 2 shutouts back-to-back in a playoff series.
Well, I tell you what, the biggest thing about the shutouts is when you have a defensive coordinator like Buddy Ryan and you've got defensive personnel like we have and an offense that controls the ball, it's tough not to happen.
Well, your big challenge today was to stop Eric Dickerson, and there are a couple of players that you guys just went head-to-head, and, of course, you won most of those battles.
Well, I hope to win most of those battles, so I should not be in there, but really the guys up front were doing a great job, and I just had the opportunity to, I was moved in position to make the tackle.
Do you recall again the play situation there and the type of defense you were in on that particular play?
We were just in short yardage, and our guys did such a great job up front that Eric Dickerson had to bounce it out. And when he bounced it out, of course, I bounced out too, and we met.
Well, congratulations, Mike.
Well, thanks a lot.
Brent.
All right, Irv, thank you very much. And, of course, there's another side of the story, and that is Los Angeles Ram coach John Robinson. The Rams had a tremendous season, but they came up short here this afternoon, and John, what's your feelings now about the Chicago Bears in this game?
Well, I thought they played a great game, certainly. Their defense overwhelmed us. There's nothing else to say about it. I thought Jim McMahon was absolutely great. 2 games in a row now. I think he's played great football. It was not a quarterback's day out there in terms of the weather, and yet he was the dominant offensive factor for them. We did well against their running game and certainly, you know, played good defense. They had 3 50-yard drives or less, but when they needed it, he made great football plays, and I don't know what to say about the defense other than it's just overwhelming.
John, there was one moment where there seemed to be confusion. What happened at the end of the first half there?
Well, we wanted to get one more play up. You know, we would have liked to have thrown the ball on second down, come back with, you know, stop the clock, either get the incompletion or the touchdown, hopefully. But we ran on second down and came back, and we thought we had time to throw the ball, hopefully in the end zone, and if not, take the time. I saw Dieter Brock trying to get the timeout with about 2 to 2.5 seconds, somewhere in there. The clock was at 2 when he had his hand up, but it didn't get down. You know, that doesn't make sense to talk about whether you should have or shouldn't have. We made the error because the clock ran out, but certainly you have to congratulate the Bears for the job they did.
All right, John, and also congratulations to you and your staff. You did a fine job this year, too.
Thank you.
Quarterback Jim McMahon is standing by with Irv Cross. Back to the Bear locker room. Irv?
Well, you know, Jim's in one piece, but I don't know, but barely. Look at this. What happened to your wrist?
I don't know. I think I fell on it wrong, and I got a little knot down here, but it shouldn't be a problem. It happened early in the game, and heck with it.
Well, early in the game, you also scampered in the end zone on a 16-yard run, and I guess you had a pass play set up. You couldn't find anybody, and in typical Jim McMahon fashion, you made something good out of a bad situation.
Well, we know they play a lot of deep zones. The linebackers drop deep, and they gave me an alley. I just took off, and Dennis Gentry here makes a hell of a block to let me in the end zone.
Yeah, it was a heck of a block, Jim. Sure was. You know, next week, everybody talked about the weather influencing this ball game. You guys play in this kind of weather all the time. Did you feel that the weather was a factor at all?
Well, I was very happy to see the clouds roll in early in the ball game. You know, we thought it was going to be high 40s today, and the clouds started coming in, started snowing, and we knew it was our day, and the defense just played superb. I tell you, if they play like that in the Super Bowl, we won't lose.
Get this wrist healthy, will you? Congratulations.
All right, thanks.
Brett.
All right, Irv, thank you. We'll continue live from Soldier Field with our NFL Today postgame show sponsored by Miller Lite in a moment.
Where I come from, folks stand proud and tall. You know they're always sincere. It's where your word is your word. A friend's a friend, and Miller's the beer.
That's what I think. I think Jim McMahon, you know, and John Robinson said how surprised he was or how well McMahon did, but his running, not only running with the ball as we see here. Remember the first touchdown? McMahon comes back. Anytime that he finds a gap, you see, he sees it right there. He says, okay, I'm going. Gentry, number 29, says, okay, follow me. I'll block this guy. You're in for a touchdown. Now that run, but not only that type of running, but running and throwing the ball. Let's watch the big play on fourth down. Now, this was a big thing. Walter Payton comes in motion across here. He's going to go down. McMahon takes the ball, rolls out to his right, hits Walter right here on fourth down for the first down. Watch him. He comes out here. There goes Payton. He goes out in motion, becomes the outside man. Now McMahon is going to sprint out. He gets outside the containment. Now he has the option where he could have run for the first down or throw it to Payton. He picks out Walter Payton and gets the first down. So he was really the threat with that type of run. And then, of course, the touchdown now, he rolled right now. This time he's rolling left. He finds Willie Gault in the end zone.
And what a great pass that was. Finished off by quite a celebration by Willie Gault. Jim McMahon. And as someone said in the locker room a minute ago, if they play like they did today, defensively and offensively, no matter who they play in the Super Bowl, it's going to be tough to beat them. Now let's go back to Brent Musburger.
All right, Pat, thank you. Jimmy, they're about ready to start in the Orange Bowl. Miami or New England?
It's Miami, Brent, because I think New England played their game against those Raiders last week.
All right, well, I know that Bud and Tony helped live the Super Bowl shuffle that is going on here in Chicago. We'd like to show you an updated version.
We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just
known as McMahon. When I hit the turf, I've got no plan. I just throw my body all over the field. I can't dance, but I can throw the field. I motivate the cats I like to tease. I play so cool, I aim to please. That's why you all got here on the double.
I wouldn't say I was a student of the game, no.
I'm mama's boy, Otis, wanna be kind. The ladies are looking for my body and my mind. I'm stuck on the floor as I can be, but ain't no something gonna get past me. Some guys are jealous of my style and class. That's why some end up on that. I didn't come here looking for trouble. I'm just getting down to the Super Bowl shuffle. We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone.
If they ever convert the football into a hamburger or Coke, we'll beat anybody.
Well, they call me Sweetness, and I like to dance. Running the ball is like making more mans. We had the goal since training camp to give Chicago a Super Bowl champ.
You're looking at the Frizz, I'm the rookie. I may be large, but I'm no dumb cookie. You see me hit.
Hurry in motion, offense, players right back.
I can dance, you will see. The others, they all learn from me.
I named him Biscuit because when he showed up here, he was just a biscuit away from 350.
We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here to start no trouble, we're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle. We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone.
You win and you have fun and you shuffle off to New Orleans and you play in a Super Bowl. That's the way it should be. I'd like to thank Bud Grant, Tony Dorsett for being with us here this afternoon. We've had a great time. We hope you
Yards for New England. Taking you down where the action is, and anytime you're depending on the running game, you want to determine control on the line of scrimmage. A little draw play here with Collins, who runs well from that deep position, getting outside and using his speed to pick up that first down. Collins from East Carolina, he was number 2 to Craig James, and rushing this year had 657 yards. It's James testing the center of the Miami defense, gets 4 into the grasp of 75 Doug Betters. The critical matchup on the line of scrimmage, the nose tackle, Mike Charles, who played well in that Monday night game here, but he was not playing against Pete Brock. Brock, who is out of the lineup because of dual knee surgery, now back in there, and the two of them, two big horses, battling for control in the middle of that line. We'll keep a close watch and see who wins that duel. Right back up the middle, and nothing there except Dolphin jerseys as James stopped for no gain. You want to watch a couple of bulls ramming heads. Watch Brock come off. Charles, number 71, slanting back inside. Brock does a good job of turning him, but then there is no room as Brzezinski seals it down. Number 59 sliding in to make the first hit on the inside. We'll be watching the veteran Brock, the young Charles. New England goes to 3 wide receivers. Cedric Jones joining Morgan and Starring. Out of the shotgun, the handoff to Collins. And he's tripped up at the 45, shy of the first down. So Eason yet to throw a pass, as you predicted, Merlin. That's also the kind of thing that the New England Patriots did so effectively in their first 2 wins against the Jets and against the Raiders, running out of that shotgun formation. Miami, of course, knowing that they like to do that, well equipped for it, was able to stop it on that play. Rich Camarillo comes in to punt. Camarillo, who finished 5th in the National Football League this past year, averaging just under 43 yards a kick. Deep to return, Tom Vigorito in the middle, number 32. Aimed toward the sidelines and out of play.
Camarillo won't be entirely pleased with the spot on that one. It's going to be out near the 20-yard line. It'll be the 18. Timeout in Miami. No score.
Taurus, now there's an American car with the shape and the feel we've never seen before. Taurus.
On the outside, Duper and Clayton, and they start with 3 wide receivers as veteran Nat Moore joins the magic markers, Clayton and Duper. Nathan, fumble, and New England has it. The Patriots in the 2 playoff victories have picked off 10 turnovers, given up the ball only twice, a +8. And on the first play from scrimmage, Garen Veras, the rookie from Stanford, gets it for the Red Shirts.
Inside, Nathan driving right into the line. Number 57, Nelson, the man who hit him, got his hands down inside on the football and knocked it away. Looking from the other side of the field, maybe we can see what happened to that football.
Veras, who's had an outstanding rookie year, number 60. It's first down at the 20. Eason's first pass, Collins wide open, and he has nearly 10. Stopped at the 11. It'll be 2nd and 1. Garen Veras last year was at the Super Bowl as a senior at Stanford, working in his stadium for ABC during the telecast. He wants to go there for real this time.
He's helped his team to a fine start, and Eason comes back with his first pass of the day. He likes the short receivers, the tight ends and the backs. He gets one to Collins. They're close to a first down.
Trying to capitalize on the early turnover. 2nd and 1. James. First and goal, New England at the Miami 8. Jay Brophy, who played his college ball here at Miami, and Bob Brzezinski with a tackle, and Tony Nathan, who had an outstanding offensive game in the victory against Cleveland last week, talking to himself on the sidelines.
Of course, he knows that there's a lot of time left in this ball game. He doesn't want to wear the goat's horns. And this is exactly what Raymond Berry had hoped for, playing close to the vest. Put the pressure on his defense, play conservative football. He liked to get the first points on the board.
Little misdirection. James behind Holloway to the 2-yard line. Big Brian Holloway, the Pro Bowl left tackle, number 76, leading James around the corner. Jackie Shipp with a hit.
Miami, a flowing defense. They try to get them flowing with a little misdirection at first, and then coming out behind the block right there of Holloway, number 76, and James always with the little hesitation. He's an interesting back to watch. He was angry there. He thought there should have been a call on Glenn Blackwood for a late hit.
2nd and goal outside the 2. Mosi to Tupu, and the door slams at the 1.
Tupu wrapping both hands around that football like iron, determined not to fumble it back. Picked up about half of the distance to the goal line.
Big 3rd and goal for Miami. The defense can stop New England, deny a touchdown, force the field goal. It would be a big emotional lift, and certainly would spur even further the enthusiasm of this home crowd. Robert Weathers. Mike Charles, the 285-pound nose tackle, drops him for a loss.
We mentioned a critical matchup on the nose. Charles leaping through, getting great penetration, and showing surprising quickness for a big man and a little bit of dancing ability at the same time.
Tony Franklin, who has kicked 6 out of 7 in the playoffs, will try not much more than an extra point. New England has scored first. The Pro Bowl. Hardy is the tight end. We'll see 3 tight ends used by Miami. The speedsters Clayton and Duper, the Mark boys outside. Woody Bennett and Nathan behind Marino. Second and 3. Davenport. Dropped for a half-yard loss. Julius Adams, the oldest defensive lineman in the NFL at 37 out of Texas Southern. He's the happiest man in the park today, still playing. Williams on the nose with Adams and the rookie Veras on the outside. Tippett, All-Pro. Nelson and McGrew on the inside. Nelson going to the Pro Bowl, and Blackman underrated. Maybe the best set of linebackers in the league. Lepet and Claiborne on the corners. Claiborne a Pro Bowler. Roland James and Marion, maybe the best back 7 or 8 in the league. New England. Joe Rose, good pass catcher in. Shotgun. 3rd and 3. Over the head of Mark Clayton. McSwain, an extra defensive back on the coverage, and Miami still looking for its initial first down. 6:42 left, first quarter. 3-0 New England. Reggie Roby with that sledgehammer right foot. 43.7 average. Roland James has replaced Irving Fryer. Only 2 punts this year. But as a rookie, he was their primary punt returner, had a touchdown. Fair catch at the 38-yard line, and with it a timeout. 6 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 3-0 Patriots.
We're not a company.
But we'll give you a chance to work where there's always a challenge.
We'll give you opportunities to learn, to develop.
To perfect skills that you thought were beyond your reach.
We'll help you build a career that can reward you for the rest of your life.
We're not a company.
We're your country.
We're the Army.
The Navy.
The Air Force.
The Marines.
We're the Armed Forces.
It's a great place to start.
Tired of those high fuel prices? Well, guess what? They're not getting any lower. Fight back with the Attic Blanket from Owens Corning. It's the most powerful roll of thermal protection you can buy. Before fuel bills put you in the red, get the Attic Blanket and put your house in the pink. Owens Corning. Our building products put your house in the pink.
Driven 10 hours a week, this toy could use $500 worth of alkaline batteries. Because when an alkaline battery goes dead, you throw it away. This is a GE rechargeable. When it goes dead, you don't throw it away. You do something revolutionary. You recharge it. So why spend $500 for alkaline batteries when you could spend less than $15 for 2 GE rechargeable batteries and a charger?
GE, we bring good things to life.
January's champions take to the courts Boris Becker from Wimbledon, U.S. Open champion Ivan Lendl, Mats Wilander of the French Open, and defending champion John McEnroe. These great champions go eye to eye at the Nabisco Masters. January's champions are on NBC Sports.
Silent but strong, the taciturn Barry, age 52. He has to be pleased. He has the first points, and that's been a winning omen through the course of the year. 35-yard punt by Roby. New England has the ball for the 3rd time, starting from its 38. Eason. Stanley Morgan, first down at the Miami 44. It's a catch, 18 yards.
Stanley Morgan, for so many years, a threat to go deep at any time. And Eason, who traditionally favors the shorter patterns, throws this ball at a perfect spot. That's good coverage by Judson, who leans inside. But you can't throw a deep pass, a deep cut in any better than that.
Check that. It's the 44-yard line, first down. Incomplete to Starring, and we have a flag down. A possible late check or hold. Hugh Green, 55, was the man applying pressure. Oh, it's against New England. Illegal use of the hands. Often the late flag coming from that spot, it's against the tight end.
Interference, 87 offense. 10-yard penalty. We repeat the first down.
Tight end Lynn Dawson. So the Patriots are moved back to their half of the field, the 46-yard line. 3-0, 5:45 remaining first quarter. Patriots lead by the field goal after a fumble recovery deep in Miami territory. James. Horse-collared at the 50 by Bob Brzezinski. Looked as if James would get much more than the 5.
Good inside-out pursuit. That's one thing that this Miami defense has always done well, is flow to the football. Brzezinski, toughest against the run, but really is a dependable linebacker, and on that play showed you exactly why.
Former #1 draft pick of the Rams, in the playoffs 4 years with the Rams, and came to Miami. So he just basically counts on working in December and January. On 2nd and 15, James for 3. Charles with the tackle.
Perfect illustration of the conservatism that we anticipated from Raymond Berry. In a very long second yardage, second and long, he goes right to the running game and Craig James. And running in behind that all-pro left-hand side of his line. You're going to give up, and you're willing to give up some yardage in that kind of situation because you've got to think pass rush.
Men on the line of scrimmage, but only 4 attack. Derek Ramsey shy of the first down. Bud Brown, who's played very well all year, just a second-year man, a long shot out of southern Mississippi, made the play.
New England playing a field position game, obviously content on that play to get the yardage and not the first down. Now they're going to give that football back to Marino and the Miami offense.
And Tommy Vigorito, who drifts back to return, the veteran from Virginia. Camarillo to punt. McSwain can't save it. Touchback. Miami will begin from the 20, trailing 3-0.
This is the new Ford Taurus.
Motor 47. Marion saved a touchdown with a tackle.
If you want to know what quick release is, that's quick release. Dropping back. Marino never did set up to throw that football. Literally throws it on the way back. And of course, you've got to have somebody to receive that ball. Notice the quick release off the inside. Claiborne not able to get the jump on it.
What a catch by Dupree. Caught the back half of the ball. Joe Carter. He has a first down at the 35.
Don Shula loves to juggle the offensive weapons. Joe Carter's the fastest of his offensive weapons. Carter has not played a great deal, has fumbled some early, and Shula has taken him out of the lineup for the last few ball games, but he's back in there with a big play on that down.
He had 76 yards all season rushing and a dozen on that play. They put some pressure on Marino, and it was Adams in first, forcing Marino to throw it away.
talk to Eddie Kayat, the defensive coach of these New England Patriots, he'll tell you that Julius Adams, who has been around forever, almost at Methuselah, is still the fastest of those Patriot linemen off the ball. You see what dividends that paid, and right now he's working on John Giesler. Giesler's got a knee problem, a right knee that's bothering him, which will slow him down in his drop. Julius, I think, will give him problems all day long on that count.
2nd and 10. Nathan the only back behind Marino. The tight end Hardy has another first down. Hardy making his move in front of Marion, right at the yardsticks, and has 10 more yards for Miami.
Marino simply unafraid when it comes to throwing that football. Even if the man is covered, he's confident in his throwing ability.
Davenport. First down at the 10.
Miami's wide receivers virtually shut out last week in the Cleveland game. And David Shula, their coach, took them back to the basics this week. Well, I don't know if that was the result of it, but Clayton just turned Ronnie Lepet all the way around.